proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP TV 16, the news station. Now, Nolan Johannes, Karen Harch, Jack Ruland in Skycam 16, meteorologist Tom Clark with his backyard forecast, and Tim Carlson Sports. This is Newswatch 16.
We now know a lot more tonight about just how big that expansion of the Viewmont Mall in Lackawanna County is going to be. It's going to be huge. Owners of the mall on Route 6 announced details and drawings for the mall. It'll almost double in size to include a second level for stores. The expansion includes 3 new department stores, 2 hotels, and a business and research park, all costing over $100 million.
It's going to bring people into the area. Instead of a static population base, you're going to see the population exploding.
Crown American Corporation, the mall owner, expects construction to start in the fall of next year, take 18 months to finish, and provide almost 3,000 new permanent jobs for the Lackawanna and Luzerne County area. The expansion at the Viewmont Mall is seen as a big boost for the area economy.
In fact, a lot of business people stand to profit by it. Newswatch 16's Bob Reynolds is live in Skycam 16 over Lackawanna County. What do those business people have to say, Bob?
Well, first of all, Nolan and Karen, the reason we're up here in Skycam 16 is because it's really the only way we can show you just the size of the mall project. As you mentioned before, it's huge. It's going to extend from the rear of the present mall area almost a full mile into the wooded area you're looking at along Interstate 81. Dorothy Pasoric of Troop shops the Viewmont Mall, but she likes the super malls which can be found in New York City. Now she won't have to travel as far.
There are a lot of stores compared to what's up here in this mall, and I enjoy it going out there.
Business people in the Viewmont Mall believe the super mall will help fill their cash registers.
The more people that there are in the mall, the more people will stop and shop and spend money, hopefully.
That's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game, definitely. Yes, to make money.
Even some business people who aren't right in the mall complex believe their business can only go up.
I feel that the Route 6 here is kind of a main artery, and most people, will be going by, and it's additional business for me. I'm all for it, really.
Then there's Scranton's proposal to knock down these buildings on Lackawanna Avenue and build another mall. Developer Al Boskov says the Viewmont Mall and his mall can both survive.
Downtown will go ahead. It will be exciting. It will be beautiful. We're committed to it. We've had offers to be in every one of the other malls. We're going to be downtown.
Now, don't expect to see the new mall construction start very soon. Paperwork and the buying of land will push back the groundbreaking date until the fall of 1987. Bob Reynolds, Newswatch 16 with a live Instacam report in Skycam.
Okay, thank you, Bob.
In Pittsburgh right now, an area man is undergoing an artificial heart transplant operation. 32-year-old Edmund McDermott of Scranton went into surgery just after 3 today at Presbyterian Hospital in Pittsburgh. McDermott has been a patient there for 2 weeks, and when he became worse over the last 2 days, doctors decided to give him the Jarvik heart in order to save his life. It will be the 5th Jarvik heart transplant performed at the Pittsburgh Hospital.
When Newswatch 16 continues, we'll tell you about a deadline that's putting the squeeze on some trashmen in our area.
Plus, Action 16 puts a cap on a frustrating problem. Jerry Gartenberg will explain.
They're taking breakfast by the hand all over the land. Do-do-do-yo-do. McDonald's is taken to the highway, taken to the street with a sit-down breakfast when there's no time to eat.
Enjoy a fresh biscuit sandwich or hot egg or sausage McMuffin.
It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's.
Starting June 16th at McDonald's, get Scotch color print film for only 59 cents with the purchase of any breakfast entree or large sandwich after 4 p.m. Snap it up at McDonald's.
The only landfill that serves Wayne and Pike counties is now closed to all but its own garbage trucks. And that means most people in those counties will have to pay more to have their trash hauled somewhere else. As Newswatch 16's Mark Anik reports, it will be at least 2 months before the landfill is open to outside trucks again.
It is the last day, the last chance for garbage men to dump at the Rosencrantz landfill. The landfill is closing to all but its own trucks today because it's running out of room. The owners have applied for a DER permit to expand, but the application is still being reviewed. So to keep the landfill from filling up and closing, owners will take in only about 10% of the garbage they normally do. With the gates here at Rosencrantz closing, a number of the drivers are taking advantage of this last chance to drop off some garbage. And many of them are upset that they can't bring garbage here anymore.
I don't believe it. I didn't think it would ever close.
Dan Wolf and Jeff Knapp say now they'll have to truck their garbage to Dunmore. Longer trips will mean longer days.
Where we're normally working 8 hours now, it's going to be 10, 12 hours. So.
What do you think of that idea?
I don't like it at all.
Landfill owners will sit down next Friday with DER, the county commissioners, and state representatives to try to iron out the permit. But owners say even if they get the permit next Friday, it will take at least 2 months of good weather to build the landfill addition. That means at least 2 months of longer days, higher costs for garbage men, and bigger bills for their customers. Mark Annick, Newswatch 16, Wayne County.
State police in Union County are afraid youngsters may mistakenly be thinking that a bag that looks like candy is candy rather than what it really is, rat poison. The 1-pound sealed plastic bag was lost by a farmer last night in White Deer Township around Pleasant View Road. Clyde Shutt of New Columbia says the poison looks like green rock candy. If you know anything about the missing bag, you're asked to call state police at Milton. The number is 742-8761.
Here's a common problem that's often brought to the attention of Action 16. You order something through the mail, and months later, you're still waiting for it to arrive.
Jerry Gartenberg receives thousands of complaints from viewers who are tired of waiting. Jerry's live in his Action 16 office to tell us how he helps. Jerry?
Nolan, first I want to tell you about a viewer from Lehighton who says that Action 16 put a cap on his frustrating consumer problem.
Whatever team's in first place in the American League, I'll wear that cap. Whatever team's in first place in the National League, I'll wear that.
Robert Gouldner is cap happy again. After 5 months of waiting, he can finally add the caps he ordered through the mail to his collection of 200. Bob says the mail order company cashed his check for the caps in a snap, but only sent his order after Action 16 got into the act. The company apologized by sending Bob Gouldner just what he needs, extra caps. He gave most of them to his grandchildren.
I have one here, extra one here yet, and I don't know where I'll do with that one yet. So maybe I'll give it to you.
Thanks, Bob. And now on to Joan Boki of Moscow. After writing to Action 16, she has the sportswear she ordered more than 5 months ago. And Helen Yaris of Coltmont says her 6-month wait for a refund on mail-order perfume is over. Action 16 put an end to that holdup, too. Folks, do not let a mail-order holdup hang you up. If a company hasn't delivered your stuff within 30 days with the time it promises, you have a right to get your money back. And if you still need help with a consumer problem, write to me here at Action 16. We are at Box 16 in Avoca, Pennsylvania, 18641. And now I think I'll tip my hat to Karen and Nolan.
Okay.
Good job. Thanks, Jerry. The Weekend Weather Watch is next with our Chief Meteorologist, Tom Clark.
Tom, people working from 8 to 5 didn't miss very much today, but
not too much.
How about the weekend?
They'll miss something if they're working tomorrow. The sun is back in the forecast. Put the umbrellas away. When we come back, I'll show you temperatures in the Gulf Stream. You're watching Newswatch 16 on WNEP TV, and we're proud to serve West Milton and all of Union County.
It's paint.
It's house paint.
It's more house paint.
For less.
At your Benjamin Moore dealer's special sale. Get Moorguard Low Luster Latex.
For less.
Moorglow Soft Gloss Latex.
For less.
Moore's Flat Masonry and House Paint. Moore's Oil-Based House Paint.
For less. For less.
Pay less for more.
Get more for less.
At your Benjamin Moore dealer's sale
of Benjamin Moore's best.
Benjamin Moore Paint is available at Millard's in Nanticoke and Miller's Paint in Easton.
Getting more for less is more than a good idea. It's good business. That's why it's a good idea to do business with Economy Office Furniture. A large stock and a low price. Two things that Economy Office Furniture makes available. They're what allow you to furnish your office immediately at affordable prices. From typewriter stands to full-size desks, stacking chairs to executive swivel chairs. Whether you're expanding or just starting out, Economy Office Furniture has it in stock at the right price.
Economy Office Furniture, Route 315 Pittston, across from St. Joseph's Oblates.
It has always been known as the Harding Elementary School in Luzerne County, but not anymore. Today is the day that first-grade teacher Sarah Diamond is retiring after 54 years as a teacher. School officials gave her a surprise retirement party today, and during the celebration, as announced earlier, Harding Elementary was officially renamed the Sarah J. Diamond Elementary School. A fitting honor for the retiring instructor. Newswatch 16's Frank Andrews last week, you may remember, presented her with a 16 Salutes pin. for her 54 years of accomplishments in education.
Best wishes to her.
Absolutely.
Now, out to that backyard to hear about this wonderful weekend you have in store for us, Tom.
Okay, Karen. Kind of a grayish day today. Some stubborn clouds hung on, but overhead now, some gaping holes in the cloud deck, some blue breaking through, and that will be the trend as we head into tomorrow. Decreasing cloudiness and some comfortable humidities. Let's check in with our weather watchers on duty tonight, and that includes Karen Wolf out in McElhattan, Clinton County, a reading there of 76 degrees in the sun. Gail Purcell in Riverside, Northumberland County, 74 there, a few clouds overhead. And in Lakeville, Carrie Hatton would like to know it's 68 in her backyard, and a few clouds lingering up there as well. In our backyard, I'd call it partly clear, 72 degrees, humidity 68%. The wind is west at 7 now, and the barometer is at 30 inches of mercury, and it's rising. 73 and 56, the range in temperature here today. 92, not too long ago, back in 84, the record high. Kind of a damp, dreary day a year ago today. 57 was the high temperature. And there's a view today overlooking Honesdale up there in Wayne County. Some of those cumulus clouds over the endless mountains up that way. This is a temperature photograph of the Atlantic Ocean along the East Coast. And as you can see, the various shades indicating different temperatures. Here's the Gulf Stream here coming up along the East Coast with readings in the 70s. Ocean water temperatures in the 80s now along the shores of Florida and the Gulf Coast. Along the Jersey Shore, readings in the low to mid 60s this afternoon. And that will be the readings over this coming weekend, along with nice weather. If you're planning to head on down, take your suntan lotion with you. And up to the north, readings in the 50s still off the coast of New England. Satellite view shows, well, those dark gray shades indicate very low clouds in the atmosphere. The brighter white indicating the higher clouds. Lots of thunderstorms over Florida today, but these low clouds here in line with a stubborn cold front that's moving through the area, but dries out a little bit more in the atmosphere west of Pennsylvania, and so we'll see fewer clouds tomorrow and much more sun than we did today. Hot. Temperatures in the 90s today out in the Midwest, and the hot spot in the nation this afternoon, Palm Springs at 107 in the past hour. Our forecast for tonight, well, the clouds will diminish, and there'll be enough cooling and enough dampness left over for some foggy areas to be out there. 57 the morning low in Rome, Bradford County, Oliphant about 58, 60 in Allentown, 59 in Bloomsburg. And I want to say hi to all the gang at the radio station WHLM, where I had the pleasure this morning of being a guest DJ. Got to play all my favorite songs. It was great. 57 the morning low in Lock Haven, and I'm looking for a northwest wind overnight, no more than 3 to 7 miles per hour. Okay, here's your sunrise time for tomorrow, and that will be at 5:30 in the morning. Another long day, sunset 8:38. Overnight, the clearing trend continues. It's looking quite nice out back now. I can see a crescent moon overhead, a beautiful evening. The fog will be forming later on. 79 for the high tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies, a nice night tomorrow night as well. And Sunday, Father's Day, Dad, partly cloudy skies. It should remain dry on Sunday as well. Warm, 81. Then getting up into the mid-80s on Monday. The next chance for rain coming then with a few thunderstorms around. So it's looking good. I hope you can get out and enjoy it this weekend and gas up the mower.
Yeah.
Okay, Tom. Okay. See you on the update. Okay. The Sports Watch is next with Al the Oxenrider in for Tim Carlson. And the weather has improved at the U.S. Open.
And it's good news and bad news for some area softball and baseball teams. Highlights from the state playoffs next.
I wouldn't work this hard getting back into condition and quit halfway through. Just like I wouldn't dream of using Prel shampoo if I wasn't going to follow up with my Prel conditioner. Prel Body Enhancing Conditioner is specially made to take all the body Prel shampoos in and manage it, enhance it. So don't stop at just building body. Build it all the way to body beautiful with Prel Conditioner.
Make your summer air conditioning and winter heating more cost-efficient with Owens Corning Energy Shield sheathing. Now on sale at Triangle. Big 4-foot by 8-foot by 1/2 inch sheets are just $6.29 each this week. Put the final touch on a tight thermal package that performs year after year with Owens Corning Energy Shield sheathing. On sale at Triangle through Saturday.
Triangle Building Centers.
The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
Yes, you have to take both and swallow them. They did a good job of that down at Shippensburg today. Montoursville loses, but still a good effort. One area team lost today, and another team came away with a state championship in the PIAA softball and baseball finals. Sports Watch 16's John Evans was on hand, and he has this recap on the good news and bad news from Shippensburg.
In the AA softball final, Minersville fell behind the Northwestern Tigers early. Rachel Ryan walked Lisa Heights with the bases loaded in the second inning, and Northwestern led 1-0. The Miners tied it in their half of the inning. Marlo Klassen singled up the middle. Then shortstop Teresa Summer threw wildly, tried to pick her off at first. Nanette Basaninsky scored, and it was 1-0. The Miners widened their lead in the third inning. Denise Stevens singled down the left field line. Dion Zambiazzi and Rachel Ryan scored to make it 3-1. Ryan protected that lead. The final, Minersville 7, Northwestern 1. The Miners win the state AA softball championship. While Minersville was busy over on Robb Field playing for their AA softball title, Montoursville was busy at the same time over here at Grove Stadium playing for their second straight AAA baseball title. This one was a defensive struggle between Montoursville and Hopewell. The Warriors turning in a nice double play in the third inning from Jeff Jurina to Torrey Schimpf for one, then to Tom Ott at third for the second out. Hopewell broke the scoreless tie in the fourth. Rob Denny singled home Tom Beck to make it 1-0. They got another one in the fifth. Tom Piacquadio with the single to center field, scoring Jim Maravich, and it was 2-0 Hopewell. Keith Flincham made it stand up. He whipped Steve Souter to end the whole thing. The final 2-0 Hopewell. They win the AAA State Baseball Championship.
We just, like I say, we couldn't generate the hit when we needed the hit, and it just wasn't our day. We just couldn't get things going our way.
John Evans, Sports Watch 16, Shippensburg.
And John Evans just gave me this info. State College girls beat Council Rock today to win the AAA State softball title. That game began at 3. Congratulations to State College. Both our area softball teams sweep their 2 softball titles. In the big leagues, the Cubs and Cardinals are playing a doubleheader today. And for Chicago, it's the first game with interim manager John Vukovic, but the same old story as the Cubs lose. Vukovic is on the right there with the mustache. Cubs lose a tough one, 1-0 in 10, and this is how it happened. In the 10th, Andy Van Slyke, a shot off the wall past Keith Moreland. Van Slyke goes into third with the triple, and then with him on third, all still, Leon Durham bobbles that ball from Terry Pendleton. The run scores, and it was 1-0. That was the final. Matthews got the win. He's 2-1. Sutcliffe loses his 8th. Once again, 1-0 in 10. All the other National League games are tonight, including the home games for both the Mets and the Phillies. Highlights of those 2 games on the update at 11 o'clock. Last night, the Yankees beat Baltimore 7-5, and another home run for first baseman Don Mattingly. He now has 11 on the year, and the Yanks took an early lead. Ken Griffey added 1 more, and they had a big lead, but they let it get away. Juan Benitez, 3 homers for the Baltimore Orioles in a losing effort, and the Yanks score 1 more in the 8th inning to come away with a 7-5 final over Baltimore. Same 2 teams tonight in Baltimore. All the highlights of that one also on the update. The weather improved today, and so did the scores at the 86th U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills, and a big day for Lee Trevino. Greg Norman has the lead. A little bit windy today, but the rain is gone, and that's what counts. Norman birdied his first 2 holes. He's now at 2 under par on the back 9. There's Lee Trevino, 2-time winner. He had a 68 today, and he's excited about that putt on 18. Jack Nicklaus was making some big putts today. The problem was he was horrible off the tee. Nicklaus probably will make the cut. We will wait and see. ABC Sports and WNEP, live 3rd and 4th round coverage of the Open tomorrow and Sunday. Coverage starts tomorrow at 2 o'clock. The LA Rams have acquired running back Rob Carpenter from the Giants for a 6th round pick in the upcoming NFL draft. Carpenter says he already has a 1-year contract signed with the LA Rams. Flyers have reacquired free agent defenseman Eddie Boxcar Hospodar from Minnesota. Hospodar is 27 years old, and in 363 NHL games, he has 15 goals and 48 assists. He's probably best known for dropping his gloves and fighting. General Manager Bobby Clark said they're very happy to get Eddie Boxcar Hospodar back. We have Mets and Phillies tonight. We'll have highlights.
Okay, very good.
Ellie.
Thanks, Albie.
Thank you. And we will honor Old Glory when Newswatch 16 continues.
We'll drop in on a concert in Wilkes-Barre held by the Northeastern Pennsylvania Chamber Orchestra.
Finally tonight, ceremonies were held throughout our area today for Flag Day.
In downtown Wilkes-Barre, an honor guard from the 109th Field Artillery presented the colors today on Public Square. And the lunchtime crowd that gathered was treated to a free concert by the Northeastern Pennsylvania Chamber Orchestra. The orchestra is made up of professional musicians from our area. And that is Newswatch 16 for this Friday.
Be sure to join us tonight on The Update when we'll have more on that murder of Hugh McGee and a fourth suspect that has been arrested.
World News Tonight is next with the ABC Person of the Week.
For the team, thank you for joining us. And we leave you now with the Northeast Pennsylvania Chamber Orchestra playing a medley of George M. Cohan tunes.
Enjoy your weekend.